Mental breakdown is when we are unable to cope and function in life. They are effectively the same thing. A mental breakdown and a nervous breakdown are essentially the same thing. Mental breakdowns can appear really sudden and abrupt, but usually they have been building over a period of time. I think a person will usually know that they are having a mental breakdown. They might not call it a mental breakdown, but usually a person has some awareness that they are overwhelmed and their usual coping mechanisms aren't working anymore. What causes mental breakdowns is usually a combination of some extreme or unusual circumstance, as well as the usual things that might hold a person up, the usual ways in which they might cope or help to hold them, are no longer present. Absolutely, children can have mental breakdowns. So with children, that would come about very similarly to adults, where the things that usually hold them up are no longer present and they're having to deal with an extreme or unusual circumstance. A mental breakdown in a child would look quite similar to that of an adult, in that they will no longer be able to function in everyday life. So in a child, that might lead to a complete collapse where they are unable to go to school, unable to get out of bed, brush their teeth, just do normal daily functioning things. Also with children, similarly to adults, you'll start seeing some extreme responses. So those extreme responses might come about in underreactions to things that would require a bigger response, or an overreaction to things that wouldn't really require a big response. Well, a mental breakdown or a nervous breakdown essentially is a person's difficulty in being able to take in life and to be able to cope with it. And so at the core of helping someone with a mental breakdown, it is to instill or reinstill some sense of hope in life again, and to be able to start building up some new ways in which they can hold themselves up. The first thing really that a person should do, or if they are experiencing a mental breakdown or know someone who is experiencing a mental breakdown, is to immediately seek some help.